Former Russian-installed mayor of Luhansk region, Manolis Pilavov has been killed in a suicide bomb attack, Russian TASS news agency reported on Thursday. According to the report, Pilavov was blown up by a female suicide bomber. Ukrainian Security Service, SBU, claimed responsibility for the killing, reminding in a statement that Pilavov had been on the wanted list of Ukrainian intelligence agencies since 2015. The explosion occurred around noon on July 3 on Taras Shevchenko Street in the center of Luhansk city. Authorities in the self-proclaimed Luhansk People's Republic stated that one person was killed and 3 others were injured as a result of the explosion. According to unconfirmed reports, the explosive device was planted behind the door of a building. Russian Investigative Committee has launched a criminal case over the attack. Manolis Pilavov headed the administration of Luhansk from December 2014 to November 2023. In 2015, Ukrainian Security Service placed Pilavov on the wanted list under 3 criminal code articles: violent overthrow of the constitutional order, encroachment on Ukraine's territorial integrity, and creation of a terrorist organization. After Russia's capture of Luhansk in 2014, he actively supported the militants in the region and became one of the ideologists of the self-proclaimed republic. Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Navy, former commander of the 155th Separate Marine Brigade, hero of Russia Major General Mikhail Gudkov died in the Kursk region. This was reported on his Telegram channel by the governor of Primorsky Krai Oleg Katsemyako. The head of the region added that Mikhail Gudkov died while performing his duty as an officer together with his fellow soldiers. Katsemyako personally knew the general, noting that he was a strong-willed warrior. At the same time, having become Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Navy, Gudkov did not stop visiting the Marines' positions. According to the governor, his loyal comrade officer Nariman Shikalev died along with Gudkov. According to AIF Primorai, the officers were killed in a missile attack by the Ukrainian armed forces on the field headquarters on July 1. The Russian Defense Ministry has not yet officially confirmed this information. Until the spring of 2025, Gudkov was the commander of the 155th Marine Brigade of the Pacific Fleet of the Russian Federation, responsible, in particular, for the massacre in Bucha. Gudkov had received awards for bravery in military action against Ukraine and been accused by Kiev of war crimes. Russian President Vladimir Putin appointed him Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Navy in March, according to a statement on the Kremlin's website. Gudkov had led a Marine Brigade of Russia's Pacific Fleet, which had been fighting in Kursk. Parts of Kursk were seized by Ukrainian forces in a surprise offensive in August 2024 before Russia said earlier this year it had driven them out. The news of the death comes after Ukraine summoned the acting U.S. envoy to Kiev to warn the Trump administration that any delay or procrastination in supplying the war-hit nation with weapons will only benefit Russia. The U.S. has blocked a number of planned shipments to Ukraine that included Patriot air defense missiles and precision-guided artillery, warning that its own domestic stockpiles were running low but said that robust options for Kyiv were still lined up. Ukraine has complained that this pause in military aid has allowed Russian forces to advance further inside Ukrainian territory. Ukraine confirmed strikes on the Energia factory in Russia's Lipetsk Oblast overnight on July 3, a facility that produces components for missiles and drones, including batteries for the Iskander missile system and cruise missiles. The attack on the Energia plant in the city of Yelets was first reported by Lipetsk Governor Igor Artemonov. Artemonov said a fire broke out near the facility after a drone strike, and residents reported multiple explosions. Employees in nearby workshops were evacuated. No casualties have been reported. Residents of Yelets were reporting multiple explosions, according to the Russian Telegram news channel Astra. Russian authorities have reported drone attacks on 4 regions that occurred on the night of 2 to 3 July, with explosions heard in the cities of Lipetsk and Yelets in Lipetsk Oblast. The former is home to a military airfield, the latter to a battery plant. Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Counter-Disinformation Center at Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, confirmed the strike, calling Energia one of the most critical targets for Russia. According to Kovalenko, the facility manufactures batteries for missile guidance and glider modules, including for the Iskander system and cruise missiles. The extent of damage to the plant is not immediately clear, and the Kiev Independent could not verify these reports. The Energia plant produces parts for ballistic and cruise missiles, as well as batteries for drones and glide bombs. The factory was previously targeted multiple times this past May. The city of Yelets lies some 250 kilometers north of the Russia-Ukraine border. Artemonov also claimed that drones caused damage to other areas in the region. Wreckage from an intercepted drone allegedly crashed onto a residential building, killing a woman and injuring 2 other people. Later, Astra reported that it had geolocated the footage of the damage in the car park, which the governor had previously mentioned, and concluded that the target was in fact the Energia plant. Footage provided by eyewitnesses shows that one of the UAVs hit the asphalt near the plant and a fire broke out on the territory of the business itself. The photos and videos indeed show the territory of the Energia plant and its main building. The message reads: Lipetsk is home to a Russian military airfield where Su-34, Su-35 and MiG-31 aircraft are based. It was also attacked in August 2024. Explosions were also reported overnight in the Russian-occupied city of Kharkiv in Ukraine's Donetsk Oblast, with Russian telegram channels citing eyewitnesses who claim a missile may have struck a Russian ammunition depot. Several rounds of secondary detonations followed the initial blast, according to the reports. Astra also reported that Rosaviatsia had imposed temporary restrictions on flights at the airports of Saratov in Saratov Oblast and Tambov in Tambov Oblast. Yevgeny Pervyshov, acting governor of Tambov Oblast, did not comment on the attack but reported a fire at a facility in the city of Kotovsk that killed 3 employees.
Ебанулся, блин.
Их уже 10 штук прилетело.
Ага, теперь только заработало.